Okay, so picture this. A haunted house movie where the story isn't told through humans, but through a dog named Indy. And from the very first scene, you're curious because humans fade into the background, their faces blurry or obstructed, creating this Muppet Babies effect where the dog's perspective dominates, making every ordinary hallway, shadow, and creak feel tense and strange. But what makes this work isn't just novelty, it's clever because we instantly empathize with Indy and start questioning the human's behavior. Why is the owner sometimes snapping at the dog, grabbing him roughly, or acting out of character? Therefore, the tension isn't traditional jump scare horror. There are a few. But the real suspense comes from the dog's safety. And Indy's performance elevates those moments, making you genuinely care about the stakes in ways a typical haunted house movie can't. And speaking of stakes, the movie's premise is familiar. A man moves into his late grandfather's crooked house in the middle of nowhere, hauntings begin, and everything seems standard until you realize that every scene, every scary sound, every odd human reaction is filtered through Indy's eyes, which makes even small events feel unnerving, relatable, and at times hilarious because we've all seen our dogs stare at nothing, growl at shadows, and sense things we can't. The director, Ben Leonberg, makes smart choices with camera tricks, effects, and voiceover work. The ADR and blocked faces initially feel unnatural, but that reinforces the idea that this is the dog's story. Humans just exist in his world. And it's a slow burn that builds curiosity and emotional investment without dragging, clocking in at an efficient 1 hour and 14 minutes, short enough to keep viewers hooked, long enough to explore tension, and perfectly designed for streaming audiences who appreciate something unique. And while the movie isn't scary in the jump scare sense, it stands out because if you remove Indy, you're left with a basic, vanilla haunted house plot. The dog POV transforms it into something inventive, giving the viewer a reason to care, making us laugh, cringe, and sit on the edge of our seats simultaneously. But here's the twist. Because we're in Indy's perspective, the human's intentions are ambiguous, leaving you questioning who's in control, who's dangerous, and whether the dog will survive, which keeps the curiosity high from start to finish. Therefore, this movie succeeds not by traditional horror, but by creating stakes, uncertainty, and empathy for a non-human protagonist, giving viewers something genuinely fresh and memorable. So, have you seen Good Boy yet? Did Indy survive? Check the pinned comment for the answer. And while you're at it, let me know your favorite horror or thriller movie that brought a unique perspective or angle. And if you want more reviews that dive deep into weird, clever, and overlooked horror films, hit subscribe and join us for the ride.